0.788 times R. Ito yung solid. So, bibilangin natin kung ilang kanyan, R, ang raised to N. So, hanggang 16 dapat. So, yung D, bilangin na D1 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, 5 yung tig to 2R. Yung 2R, 5. Multiply nyo yon ng 2. Kasi 1, 2, 2, 1. Babalik siya. Kaya 5 yan. Then we have, this is 10. 10, no? So, this will be 2R raised to 10. Ito naman, raised to 4 siya. So, kung i-add natin yan, 4 plus 10 ay 14. Tapos yung 4 squared root, so that is 16. May dalawa pa na kulang. Ito yon, yung 1, 4. 1, 4, 4, 1. So, kung i-analyze natin yon, so dito yung tangent angle, so 90 degrees yan. So, ito yung X. Yung line na yan, 1, 3. So, itong kalahati nito, yung 2, 3, yung kalahati niyan, R. Yung 1, 3, 2R. So, yung value ng X using Pythagorean theorem, that will be 2R, the quantity squared, that is the hypotenuse, minus the square of the other side, R squared. So, that will be square root of 3 times R. Tapos, may isa pa dito. Hanggang dito yung 4. May X pa dyan. Kaya yung value ng 2X is equal to 2 square root of 3 times R. So, ilan yan? 2. Twice. Okay, that is 2 square root of 3R raised to 2. So, yung GMR, therefore, of the diamond configuration is the 16th root of 0.7788 times R raised to, ilan yun? 4 na conductors. Kung ilang conductors yan, ito yung exponent niya, yung 0.7788 R. Then, yung 2R raised to 10. Then, yung 2 square root of 3R, this will be raised to 2. Okay. So, we have R raised to 16. Then, you take the 16th root of that, we have R. Then, i-consider natin yung 16th root ng constant. So, that will be 16 shift. Ito. Ayan siya. So, 0.7788 raised to 4. Okay, times ilang 2 raised to 10. Then yung 2 square root of 3, that is twice, so raised to 2. Yung R raised to 16, huwag natin lalagay dyan. Palitan nyo ng 1. Lalabas nyo na yung R raised to 16. 16th root, that is R. So the value is 1.6922. So, 1.6922 times the radius. Ito. Letter A yung sagot. Kahit ano naman yung configuration ng mga conductors, kung sanay kayo, walang problema. So, diamond, tapos yung tatlo, we will consider some other configurations later. So, that is the answer for number 1. That is letter A. Ito yung mga bilang nila. 10, 4, then 2. Pag inad natin yan, equal to 16. Pag kulang, baka may hindi kayo naibilang. Bawat linya to the centers times 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 2, 1. Mabalik pa kasi yun. 1, 3, 3, 1. 2, 4, 4, 2. 4, 3, 3, 4. 2, 3, 3, 2. Yan. 1, 4, 4, 1. For combination of 2. Or combination of 2 times 2 o times 2 kaya 16 ay 12 plus 4 kaya 16. Okay, next number 2, how many strands are there for a 3-layer stranded conductor? So kung ito yung pagkakaayos kasi ng conductor, meron yung nasa sentro. Then, yung susunod na layer, there are 6. Yung susunod ay 12. Nakatangent sila lahat. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So, 12. Okay? Yung susunod dyan ay 18. 18 na. So, ito, 12 sila. Dito naman sa second ay 6. Of course, yung pinakauna, 1. So, yung susunod dito may arithmetic progression siya with a common difference of 6. May formula pa pero hindi ko na kinakabisado yon. So 1, 6, 12, 18. Susunod plus 6 ulit, 24. Plus 6, 30. Plus 6, 36. So 3 layer. So hanggang dito lang tayo. Consider natin yung nasa gitna na first layer na. Depende sa pagkakasabi sa problem. Pero dito, i-consider na natin yung nasa gitna na first layer. Kaya 1 plus 6 plus 12. So, 19 strands. So, kung sinabing 3 layer pero hindi kasama yung nasa gitna, hanggang dito ka sa 18. Kasi 1, 2, 3. So, dito kasi consider na natin yung nag-iisa dito na kasama sa layer. First layer siya. Kasi hindi naman siya halo sa gitna. Kaya 19 strands yung sagot natin dito. Basta may increment na dyan na 6. Susunod, 37. 37 plus 6. 37 plus 24, 51. Wala naman 51 dyan. Okay. So, that's how to count the number of conductors. Basta after dito ng una, may increment na 6 conductors. Okay, number 3, an unconventional conductor consists of 3 identical conductors arranged in vertical configuration. Calculates its GMR. So, binigay na rin yan na board exam, September 2015. So, vertical. Pwede rin siyang horizontal. Pare-parehas lang yung analysis. Center 1, center 2, center 3. So, 1, 2. Tapos, 2, 3. Yan yung isa. Yan. Is 4R. Yung 1, 2, yung 2R, ilan yan? 1, 2, 2, 3. So, dalawa yon na linya. So, 2 times 2. Or, that will be 4. Yung 4R, isang linya lang yan. Kaya times 2 mo siya, 2. So, tatlo, 3 squared. So, 9th root. Yan ang basis mo. Ano pa yung kulang na tatlo? Yung 0.7788R. This is N yan. Ang N natin ay 3 conductors. So, therefore, the GMR is equivalent to the 9th root. What is 9th root? What is 9? 3 squared. Then 0.7788 times R raised to 3. Kung ilang conductors yan, tatlo sila. Then yung 2R raised to 4. Then yung 4R, dalawa, kaya squared. So again, R 3 plus 4 plus 2, 9. So safe na siyang i-9th root. So 9th root of 0.7788 raised to 3. Then times 2 raised to 4. Then times 4 raised to 2. Pwede nyo nang ilagay dyan sa notebook nyo para hindi nyo na siya i-derive pag ibibigay ulit. 1.7037 times R. A, B. So, letter B. Capital letter R para. Yung ano. The same pa rin. Palitan nyo lang ng capital R. So, yan yung GMR ng 3 conductors arranged in vertical configuration na dikit-dikit. Tangent. They are tangent to each other. So, number 4, single phase. Okay? A single phase 20 kilometer line has a total inductance of 35 millihenries. The distance between the two conductors is 59 inches. So, find the GMR of the conductors. So, halimbawa, ito yung isang conductor. Pag single phase, ilang conductors? Dalawa. Ito yung distance ng center nila. T. So, yan yung magiging geometric mean distance natin. Okay? So, for single phase, ang usual na kina-consider sa single phase ay yung loop inductance. Pag sinabing loop inductance, kasama yung dalawang linya. So, ang magiging total inductance will be equal to, ito yung ginagamit ko na formula, 0.4 or yung iba 4 times 10 to the negative 7. Pag ito yung ginamit ko, 0.4 times ln of the GMD divided by R prime or GMR na yung ginagamit ko. Ang unit nito is millihenry per kilometer. Dito na punta yung 1 million. Milli-kilo. 1 million. Kaya 0.4 times ln of GMD all over GMR. So, ang tinatanong yung GMR ng conductor. Itong 59 inches, yan yung D. Tapos, ito yung L, LT. Millihenry. Tapos yung total length, pag minultiply mo ng total length to, which is in kilometers. So yung lalabas na sagot, millihenry na lang siya. So yung D, GMR, kasi yung mga choices natin naka centimeters para baka makalimutan natin mag-convert later on. Pero wala ding lalabas. Kailangan i-convert natin yung D sa centimeter. Or pwede naman kayo mag-compute, pero yung na 59 inches ang naka-substitute dito, pero yung lalabas na unit ng GMR naka-inches. Para hindi na tayo magko-convert mamaya, ito na lang i-convert natin. 59 inches. Ano yung conversion natin? 2.54 centimeters in 1 inch. Yan. Nagbibigay din sila ng ganito, mga conversion sa board exam. Pwede sa ESAS, pwede sa math. How many inches in 1 foot? Kung nakalimutan mo, yun lang. Kaya magbasa-basa lang mga conversion. So, i-substitute natin yung total inductance LT is 35. So, naka-millihenry. Then, 0.4 times ln of the GMD, 59 times 2.54 centimeters divided by the GMR. Then, yung length doon, pwede naman yung length, i-divide natin dito, 20 kilometers. Tapos, ito ang unit niya ay millihenry per kilometer. So, consistent na yung unit natin for both sides. Pwede na tayong mag-solve. So, pag sinolve natin yung GMR, pwede kayo mag-shift solve, pwede nyo manipulate. Ang answer ay 35 divided by 20 divided by 0.4, shift E. Then inverse times 59 times 2.54. So 1.886 5 centimeters or 1.89 centimeters. Round up to 1.89. So the answer is letter B. Okay, pag single phase, 0.4 yan, times 2 ng 0.2 ln GMD all over GMR. Yung magiging GMD ng single phase, yung distance between their centers, which is 59 inches. Okay, next. 5. So, yung 5 naman, 3 phase siya. Pag 3 phase, so ang magiging ang makakompute natin yung L per phase. So ito na yung 0.2. This is 2 times 10 to the negative 7. Pero yung unit nun, Henry per meter. Pero kinonvert ko na siya, kaya 0.2 ln of GMD divided by the GMR. So, yung GMD, millihenry per kilometer pa rin to. Tapos yung tinatanong, yung XL per phase. So, paano tayo mag-compute ng inductive reactance ulit? The formula is 2 pi times the frequency times the inductance per phase. Kung 3 phase, consider na natin na completely transpose. So, ang GMD nito is equal to the third root of distance 1, 2, distance 3, 1, na distance 2, 3. Ito yung mga distances ng centers. So, that will be cube root of D12. So, dalawang distances na 5 meters. So, 5 meters squared times 8 meters squared. So, that is equivalent to cube root of 5 squared times 8. So, 5.848 meters. Okay, pag yan na yung value ng GMD, pag yung GMR, consider natin na solid. Pag solid, ano ulit yung GMR? So, 0.27788 times the radius. So, dapat parehas ang unit ng GMD at saka GMR, same unit. Bahala na kayo kung ano yung pinaka-the best sa inyo. So, mas madali nyo matandaan kung paano mag-convert. So, 0.7788 times R. Yung given dyan, diameter. Kaya i-divide pa natin ng 2. 0.25 divided by 2 in inches. O convert natin yan sa meters. That will be 1 meter is equivalent to 39.36 inches. So yan yung GMR na ilalagay natin dito. That is in millihenry per kilometer. So L per phase is equivalent to 0.2 times ln of the GMD is 5.848. Then divided by 0.7788 times 0.25 over 2 divided by 39.36 inches in 1 meter. So yung whole unit ng denominator ay meters. Tapos dun sa numerator, meters din. As long as the same unit yan, kahit naka-feet, naka-centimeter, meter, inches, okay, basta the same unit yung GMD at saka GMR before proceeding to the ln function. That will be millihenry per kilometer. So the total L per phase is equivalent to divided by 0.7788 times 0.25 divided by 2 divided by 39.36. Yan yung nasa loob ng ln. So ln answer times 0.2, 1.5537, 1.5537 milli. So times 10 to the negative 3. So nilagay ko na yung times 10 to the negative 3, naka-henry per kilometer na to. Para pag nag-compute tayo ng XL per phase, diretso na. 2 pi times the frequency 60 times 1.5537 times 10 to the negative 3. So this is now in ohm per kilometer per phase. So times 1 exponent negative 3, hindi tayo nag-convert. Na ground up times 2 times pi times 60. So dire-diretso lang yan. So, ang sagot ay 0.5857. Ohm per kilometer per phase. So yun, XL per phase, 0.586. So binigay na yun na board exam. Mga ganyan ang binibigay sa board exam. Yung double circuit, wala pa naman silang sinabi sa akin na nagbigay sila ng ganun. Nagmamock interview ako kung after ng board exam kung may napasadahan ba sa review na nilabas. So far, of course, halos tinuro naman sa school. Yun nga lang, minsan nakakalimutan natin. Hindi natin alam kung naibigay sa atin o hindi. Next, 6. A three-phase transpose distribution line is designed with equilateral spacing of 12 feet. It is decided to build the line with horizontal spacing D13 to D12 to D23. The conductors are transposed. What should be the spacing between the adjacent conductors in order to obtain the same inductance as in the original design? So una, naka-triangular muna sila. So dito, 12 feet. 12 feet. Then 12 feet. Tapos mayroon tayong mako-compute na L ng triangular is equal to 0.2 times ln yung GMD GMD of the triangular divided by GMR. Yung GMR ng conductors pare-parehas lang doon sa naka-horizontal. So ito daw ay D then D din, then dito 2 times D. So D13 is equal to D23. So 2 D13. So yung GMD nito is the third root of D13 times D13 times 2 times D13. That will be cube root of 2 times 1 adjacent distance D13. So kung i-compute natin yung L ng horizontal, that will be 0.2 times ln of GMD for the horizontal over the GMR for the horizontal. Yung dalawang to equal. Okay? So ibig sabihin, pag sinimplify natin yan, yung GMD ng triangular is equal to the GMD of the horizontal. Magkakancel yung 0.2, kakancel din yung GMR, kasi parehas lang naman yon. Kaya yung GMD ng triangular is equal to the GMD of the horizontal. Yung GMD nito, cube root of 12 raised to 3 or 12 times 12 times 12. So equal to 12 pa rin. Pag equilateral triangle, just consider one distance. So 12 feet. So 12 is equivalent to cube root of 2 times distance 1, 3. So which is now the unknown. So therefore, D13 is equivalent to 12 divided by cube root of 2. Yung GMD ng kabila, divide nyo ng cube root of 2. So 12 divided by cube root of 2, 9.5244. 9.5244